spark of divinity within you. Imagine standing under a vast, starry sky, feeling a quiet pull, a whisper that there's something more inside you. That spark isn't just a feeling. It's your potential to awaken what ancient mystics called Christ consciousness, a state of profound awareness, love, and unity with the universe. This isn't a gift reserved for Jesus alone. It's a path you can walk, a truth woven into the wisdom of every culture, from ancient Egypt to India to the teachings of the Tao. Today, we're diving into a journey. We'll uncover the hidden history of this universal truth, explore why it was sidelined, and give you practical steps to awaken your divine nature. By the end, you'll have a roadmap to tap into the same consciousness that sages, mystics, and even Jesus himself embodied. So, are you ready to discover the divinity within you? Let's begin. What is Christ consciousness? Have you ever felt a moment of deep connection, a time when the world felt alive and you were part of something greater? Maybe it was in nature, during a quiet moment, or when you helped someone without expecting anything in return. That's a glimpse of Christ consciousness. This isn't just a Christian idea. It's a state of being, a heightened awareness where you recognize your unity with the divine, with all life. The word Christ comes from the Greek Christos, meaning anointed one. It's not a name, it's a title, a marker of someone who's awakened to their true nature. Jesus embodied this state, but he wasn't the only one. Across history, mystics from every corner of the world have pointed to the same truth. You have the potential to awaken this consciousness too. Think of it like this. Your mind is a radio, and Christ consciousness is a frequency, one that tunes you into love, wisdom, and the infinite. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about uncovering who you've always been, beneath the noise of everyday life. This isn't a new idea. It's a thread running through the wisdom of countless traditions, from the deserts of Egypt to the mountains of India. Let's explore that thread now. Historical and philosophical evidence. If Christ consciousness is universal, why don't we hear about it more? To answer that, we need to travel back in time to ancient texts, forgotten teachings, and the voices of mystics who dared to speak of humanity's divine potential. Let's start with early Christianity. Early Christianity, the Gospel of Thomas. In 1945, a discovery in Egypt shook the world of religious scholarship. Near the town of Nag Hammadi, farmers unearthed a collection of ancient texts, including the Gospel of Thomas. Written around the 2nd century CE, this text is a collection of 114 sayings attributed to Jesus, many of which sound radical compared to the New Testament. Take saying 108. Jesus says, "Whoever drinks from my mouth will become like me. I myself shall become he, and the hidden things will be revealed to him." Let that sink in. Jesus isn't claiming exclusivity. He's saying you can become like him, awakened, enlightened, Christ-like. This aligns with the Gnostic tradition, which emphasized gnosis, direct, personal knowledge of the divine. Scholar Elaine Pagels, in her book The Gnostic Gospels, argues that these texts were about empowerment, not dogma. They suggested every person could access divine wisdom within. But the Gospel of Thomas and other Gnostic texts didn't make it into the Bible. Why? We'll explore that later. For now, know that early Christianity wasn't a monolith. Some followers believed Jesus was a guide to awakening, not a gatekeeper. Ancient Egypt, the Akh, and the Book of the Dead. Let's go further back, thousands of years before Jesus, to ancient Egypt. The Egyptians had a concept called the Akh, a glorified spiritual state, a version of you fully aligned with the divine. Unlike popular belief, this wasn't just for pharaohs. The Book of the Dead, a collection of spells from around 1550 BCE, shows how ordinary people could achieve this state. Spell 125 describes the weighing of the heart ceremony. Your heart is weighed against the feather of Ma'at, truth and justice. If you lived with integrity, your spirit could become an ach, free to join the divine realm. This wasn't about worshiping gods. It was about becoming godlike through moral and spiritual effort. The idea echoes the concept of Christ consciousness. Divinity is within your reach, not reserved for a select few. Hinduism. Tat Tvam Asi. Now let's journey to ancient India, around 700 BCE, and the Chandogya Upanishad. This sacred text contains a phrase that's echoed through the ages. Tat Tvam Asi, or Thou art that. It's a bold declaration. Your soul, called Atman, is not separate from Brahman, the ultimate reality. You are divine, not in some poetic sense, but literally. The Upanishads teach that life's purpose is to realize this unity through meditation, self-inquiry, and ethical living. You peel away illusions and awaken to your true nature. This isn't just philosophy. It's a call to action, one that resonates with the idea of Christ consciousness. Buddhism, the path to Buddhahood. Around 500 BCE, Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, shared a similar message. In Mahayana Buddhism, the goal isn't just to follow the Buddha, but to become a Buddha. The Lotus Sutra, a key text from the 1st century CE, says every being has Buddha nature, the seed of enlightenment. There's no limit to how many Buddhas can exist. The text speaks of countless Buddhas across different worlds and times, a concept strikingly similar to the idea of multiple Christs. You don't need to be a monk. You just need to walk the path of mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. Taoism, merging with the Tao. In ancient China, around the 4th century BCE, the Tao Te Ching offered another perspective. Written by the sage Laozi, it describes the Tao as the source of all existence, formless, infinite, eternal. Chapter 16 says, "Attain the utmost emptiness, hold fast to stillness. All things arise together, and I watch their return." This is about aligning with the Tao through simplicity, mindfulness, and inner peace. Taoist practices like meditation and breathwork aim to dissolve the ego and merge with this universal flow. Again, it's the same truth. You can transcend your limited self and embody the divine. Hermeticism, as above, so below. Finally, let's touch on Hermeticism, a philosophical tradition rooted in ancient Egypt and Greece. The Emerald Tablet, attributed to the mythical figure Hermes Trismegistus, contains the principle, as above, so below. This means the universe and the individual are reflections of each other. Your consciousness mirrors the divine. By knowing yourself, you know the infinite. Do you see the pattern? From Egypt to India, from Jesus to Laozi, the message is clear. Divinity isn't out there. It's inside you. You're not a drop in the ocean. You're the ocean in a drop, as the Sufi poet Rumi once said. If this wisdom is lighting a spark in you, hit that subscribe button and join our YouTube community. We're exploring these truths together, and we'd love to have you on this journey. Click now, and let's awaken your divine potential. Why was this wisdom obscured? If this truth is so universal, why isn't it taught in every church, temple, or school? The answer lies in history, not conspiracy. Let's look at Christianity as an example. In the early centuries, there wasn't one unified church. There were many groups with different beliefs. Some, like the Gnostics, saw Jesus as a teacher of inner awakening. Others emphasized his role as a divine savior. By the 4th century, the Roman Empire needed a unified religion to stabilize its vast territory. At the Council of Nicaea in 350 CE, church leaders began standardizing Christian doctrine. Texts like the Gospel of Thomas were left out because they focused on personal enlightenment, which didn't align with the institutional structure the church was building. Historian Bart Ehrman, in Lost Christianities, explains that the early church favored texts that supported clear hierarchies and unified beliefs. Gnostic texts, with their emphasis on individual gnosis, were seen as divisive. This wasn't about hiding the truth in a sinister sense. It was about creating a cohesive religion that could hold an empire together. Other traditions faced similar challenges. In India, caste systems sometimes limited access to spiritual teachings. In China, Taoist mysticism was overshadowed by Confucian bureaucracy. But here's the good news. The 20th century brought a revival. The discovery of the Nag Hammadi texts, translations of ancient scriptures, and global dialogue have made these teachings accessible again. You're living in a time when the veils are lifting. Prophecies like the Hindu Satya Yuga, an age of truth, or the Mayan shift to higher consciousness point to this moment. You're part of a global awakening, and it starts with you. Practical steps to awaken Christ consciousness. Now, let's get to the heart of this journey. How do you awaken Christ consciousness? It's not about chasing a mystical high or becoming perfect. It's about small, consistent steps to expand your awareness, deepen your compassion, and connect with the divine within. I'm giving you 5 practices rooted in ancient wisdom that you can start today. Plus, I'll share a 30-day plan to make this real. Ready? Let's dive in. 1. Self-inquiry meditation. This practice comes from the Indian sage Ramana Maharshi, who taught that the key to enlightenment is knowing your true self. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably, spine straight. Close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths, letting your body relax. Focus on your thoughts as they arise. Don't fight them, just watch. Ask yourself, who is observing these thoughts? Feel the awareness behind your mind, the silent witness. If your mind wanders, gently return to the question. Practice for 10 minutes daily, ideally in the morning. This isn't about getting answers. It's about resting in the space of pure consciousness, the same space Jesus, Buddha, and Laozi tapped into. Over time, you'll notice moments of stillness, like glimpses of your divine nature. 2. Loving-kindness meditation. Christ consciousness is rooted in love, unconditional, boundless love. This practice, called metta in Buddhism, helps you cultivate it. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Start with yourself. Silently repeat, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be at peace. Feel warmth in your heart. Next, picture a loved one. Repeat, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at peace. Expand to a neutral person, like a coworker, then to someone you find challenging. Finally, include all beings. May all beings be happy, healthy, and at peace. Practice for 10 minutes daily, perhaps before bed. Studies by psychologist Barbara Fredrickson show metta increases positive emotions and reduces stress. More importantly, it aligns you with the universal love at the core of Christ consciousness. 3. Body scan meditation. Your body isn't just flesh and bone. It's a vessel for divine energy. This mindfulness practice helps you connect with it. Lie down or sit in a quiet space. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Start at the top of your head. Notice any sensations: tingling, warmth, tension. Don't judge, just observe. Slowly move your attention down. Face, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, and so on, all the way to your toes. If your mind drifts, gently bring it back. End by feeling your whole body as a unified field of energy. Practice for 15 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week. This practice, used in modern mindfulness programs like MBSR, grounds you in the present. It reminds you that your body is a microcosm of the universe, pulsing with the same energy that powers the stars. 4. Journaling for self-discovery. Awakening requires reflection. Journaling helps you track insights and synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that hint at your divine connection. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes daily, ideally after meditation. Write freely about your experiences. Ask questions like, What moments felt alive today? Or when did I feel connected to something greater? Note any dreams, intuitions, or acts of kindness. Review your entries weekly to spot patterns. Psychologist James Pennebaker's research shows journaling boosts emotional clarity. For Christ consciousness, it's a tool to uncover your inner wisdom. 5. Service and connection. Christ consciousness isn't just internal, it's expressed through action. Small acts of kindness align you with divine love. Each day, do one intentional act of service. Help a neighbor, listen to a friend, or volunteer. Approach it with no expectation of reward. Focus on the joy of giving. Reflect on how these acts make you feel connected to others. Research from the Greater Good Science Center shows altruism boosts well-being and fosters a sense of unity. This is Christ consciousness in action. 30-day plan. To make this practical, here's a 30-day plan. Spend 20 to 30 minutes daily mixing these practices. Week 1. Focus on self-inquiry, 10 minutes a day, and journaling, 5 minutes a day. Note any moments of clarity. Week 2. Add loving kindness, 10 minutes a day. Observe changes in your relationships. Week 3. Incorporate body scan, 15 minutes, 3 times a week. Journal about physical sensations. Week 4. Emphasize service, 1 act a day, and continue all practices. Reflect on your sense of purpose. Track your progress in your journal. Look for signs of growth. More compassion, fewer reactive emotions, or a deeper sense of peace. This isn't a race. Every step brings you closer to your divine nature. Ready to start? Pick one practice and try it today. Then, head to the comments and share your experience. Let's inspire each other. And if you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe for more tools to awaken your consciousness. Conclusion: your role in a global awakening. Let's bring this home. Christ consciousness isn't a distant dream. It's your birthright. From the Gospel of Thomas to the Tao Te Ching, from ancient Egypt to modern mindfulness, the message is clear. You are divine, not in some abstract way, but in every breath, every act of love, every moment of awareness. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about showing up, day by day, to uncover the light within you. Here's the beautiful truth. As you awaken, you help awaken the world. Ancient prophecies, like the Hindu Satya Yuga or the Mayan shift, point to this time, a global rise in consciousness. You're not just part of it, you're shaping it. So, take the first step. Try a meditation, write a journal entry, or do a kind act today. Your light matters. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this resonated, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell, and let's awaken the world together. Share this video with someone who needs it, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep shining.